Living abroad can be an exhilarating experience that encourages new worldviews. However, culture shock is a phenomenon that every traveler experiences while visiting or while moving to a new country. Culture shock is a common phenomenon, and though it may take months to develop, often affects travelers and people living far from home. In my experience, culture shock happened when I moved to United States. Learning a new language, getting used to the traditions, getting used to the food, learning the laws and the culture may take time, probably about a year of adjustment and a year to learn the language. The following stories are from Latino women that have moved to America and have to learn a new language and adjust to the school in the United States. These are the stories.
Hello, my name is Daisy Quiñones, and it's a little bit different how you spell my name. It's in English, obviously it's the flower, Daisy, but it's spelled in Spanish, D-E-I-C-Y. And there you can tell that there is a big cultural, difference, because the way or what it is, Daisy is a flower in English, and then in Spanish, it's a whole different way I guess to spell it in Spanish, it's so different than in English. It's D-E-I-C-Y. But my cultural shock was definitely the language. Having just speaking nothing but Spanish at home and going to school and speaking nothing but English at home was definitely hard for me, because I feel like I couldn't be fluent in English nor Spanish. It was always right in between. And having my parents they did not attend school. They didn't graduate middle school. So even going back home, not being able to speak the proper Spanish was also hard for me, but nothing that, I wasn't going to be able to have that stop me to attend a university. I thought, and I did fight a little bit more, because I couldn't rely on my parents to help me with homework or to help me on the steps to go to the university or anything like that. But I was not going to let that stop me, but it was a big cultural shock for me, having my parents at a young age coming here to get the American dream was definitely hard, because they had to leave their everything behind, their family, their school, their jobs, and come to a whole different country, that they didn't know, and they did it for me. They did it for me to better myself, and I was not going to let them down. So the culture was definitely hard, because coming at home was nothing but Spanish, and then going back to school was nothing but English, and going back to Mexico and having to see the men that there were macho men, there were, girls can't work, or girls can't wear this, or girls can't, I think that they prevent women to do the things that they want to do. And that to me was a big shock. And here in the United States, it's a more diverse, and I feel like women are more independent and they can do what they want to do. For example, me, I work here at a radio station. I went to university, to MSU Denver here in Aurora campus, and I was able to earn my bachelor's, and I definitely thank my parents for that, and I know that they did it with all their love, and they helped me graduate. I definitely thank them. Another culture shock was language, like I mentioned, because I feel like I was not fluent in Spanish nor English, so I was always in between. If I go to Mexico, they can obviously tell that I'm not from there, because I don't speak Spanish fluent, and there's words here and there that I mix them up. So Spanglish, I use a lot of Spanglish, and that's not good, but I guess that's how I grew up, and it was just having all that diverse of Mexico and the United States in me. But yeah, my culture shock was definitely language and culture.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hi, I'm Denise Molina Caraveo. I was born in the United States. I lived in Mexico for most of my childhood, and all I spoke was Spanish out there. After I moved to the United States, back to the United States, I was 5 years old, and I think I experienced the culture shock because learning a new language out here, which was English, kindergarten was really difficult for me. When it came to school, doing homeworks, communicating with people was really, really, really hard. feel like a lot of us and a lot of kids experience that, and I guess, I mean, it was really hard. So I just want to say that, you know, this is a country of opportunities, and you can push yourself harder and harder each and every day. And no matter what, you know, my advice to people out there is never give up, and, you know, work hard to what you want to accomplish.
Thank you, Denise.
Yeah.